Hello there, all my Geminis. Welcome to Dragon Tale Tarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your August 2020 overall astrology and tarot reading. I hope you guys are doing great out there. It's always wonderful to see all my Gemini friends, and I'm looking very forward to seeing what August has in store for you guys. As always, if you have not yet done so, I do invite you to hit that subscribe button and join the Dragon family. Be a part of our wonderful little group here, and also give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know you enjoy this content. Welcome back to all my new and returning subscribers as well. And so, as always, the first few quick notes to get through before we start any session. Just to let you know, guys, this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with every single Gemini out there. So take what makes sense to you and leave the rest behind. This will correspond mostly with Gemini Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, so do check your personal chart to get even more messages out of the readings on this channel. Also, all of our Gemini cross watchers are welcome to join us as well. And if you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like any information on the card decks that I use, or would like to make a donation to the channel, all those links and information are below in the description box. So let's go ahead and get started, Gemini. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about your astrology for the month, because I am an astrologer too, and we are always going to dig a little bit into that planetary energy for a few minutes before we start, because I believe that these correspond very strongly with card readings. That is how I've been doing my personal reads for a very long time, and it's always great to get the more, real-time info of the astrology, as well as the perceptive and intuitive messages that come through the cards. So let's just go ahead and break it down. Venus is moving out of your sign. It has been there for over 4 months, Gemini. Venus is our planet of romance, relationships, and so it has been very concentrated in that sign of Gemini for quite a while. Much longer than usual, because our Venus did go retrograde during that cycle. So Gemini, if you feel like things have been very almost overwhelming in your relationship life, it's because there's been quite a lot of focus there. If things are going good in your love life, awesome. If they've improved during the time of Venus in Gemini in your sign, that's even better. But if you're still going through it and you're just like, oh, I just need a break, this will give you a much needed break as Venus moves into the sign of Cancer 1 on August the 7th. That will get it out of your sign and give you a little bit of whew. Not everybody will be coming to you for all the answers and all the advice, Gemini. And you'll get a little bit of a chance to experience a different energy flow. Mercury, your particular ruling planet, is in the sign of Cancer, and it's going into the sign of Leo on August 4th. So this is a beautiful pattern. It's very complementary to your energy, and it will give you much more experiences and possibilities to communicate from the heart. So Gemini, it's like when you speak, you might not feel like you're quite as articulate and quick-witted as usual, but you will be more emotional, more colorful, maybe a little more dramatic like Leo. And so it is a good time to speak from your heart in very simple, easy to understand terms for other people, definitely. The sun sign, of course, through our month of August is mostly in Leo, also very complementary. Those are both Mercury and the sun will be lighting up that third house, which is your house, Gemini. So I think that communication should be quite good through most of this month of August. The sun does move into the sign of Virgo on August 22nd, so watch out for that, because Virgo is one of your more challenging signs, the other one being Pisces. And when the sun is in Virgo, you might feel a little more challenge, a little more friction. And so don't let that get you down, Gemini. Just remember that when you have that energy, it's good to use it as, kind of fuel for the fire, because those square alignments can either challenge us and drive us a little bit crazy and make us feel like we're hitting our head against the wall, or they can really give us a lot of momentum, a lot of energy, a lot of spark and drive to get up and go get things done. Full moon this month, coming up really quick on August 3rd, is in Aquarius. Very good sign for you, Gemini. So I, again, say that's going to be a powerful moon for you. Let's go ahead and jump into your cards. We're going to jump and see what's going on with my Geminis. Oh my goodness. All right, spirits, angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, healers, please be with our sun, moon, Venus, and rising sign in Gemini as we do their reading for August 20th. Not August 20th, August 2020. They know what I mean. Please bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good and protect their energy as well as mine throughout this reading. Thank you so much. Ooh, that devil's coming out. So Gemini, the devil is Capricorn energy. There are 3 major planets in Capricorn right now: Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. That energy is very heavy. Don't be surprised if you're feeling it. I would say that for all my Geminis, this has definitely been a long journey of deep psychological and emotional work. So this may come up to the surface yet again in August. My feeling that with the devil, there's always 2 sides to every coin with every card. And so with the devil, the tough side, get that out of the way first, is going to be the thoughts of, obsession. Things that you can't get your mind off of and just kind of drive you crazy. Situations where you feel like you're stuck or trapped. Things that are oppressive, where you're just kind of chained to things. If a routine is just driving you crazy and you feel like, oh my God, I just want to do something different, that's the devil energy. The other thing that I would say on the positive side of the devil, because there is one, is that this is Capricorn energy. So if something is very tough, you really don't want to keep doing it, you don't see the point in it, it's time to work harder to get out of that, to put an end to difficult cycles, to put an end to things that are not positive for you. Capricorn energy is very hardworking, it's very practical, so sometimes it gives us that power to look at things from a very strong standpoint and say, Gemini, what is it that you really want out of life? Is this it? And if you say no, then it's like, let's get a process going to work on how to get this changed. That Capricorn energy is not afraid to work hard for it. But right now, Gemini, I really feel that with all that Capricorn in your universal 8th house, you're feeling it. You're feeling it on a deep emotional level. That's a Scorpio house. So everything that's going on within you is all meant to sort of clean and detox and purge and heal your deeper psyche, your deeper emotional center. So just keep that in mind as well. That anything you're going through, no matter how challenging right now, that is what it's meant to do. That is where it's trying to get you. So let's get into your gemstone and chakra cards. Let's see what crystal or gemstone is best for you this month, as well as what chakra is coming up to be healed. Oh, Gemini, this is one of the most perfect stones for Gemini, actually. You can pretty much look up anything that's a guide to crystals or gemstones, and it's going to say fluorite is great for Gemini. This is pretty much one of your personal stones, almost. It is about the third eye chakra. It is about communication, thought, clearing the mental clutter, staying focused when you need to concentrate on something. If you feel like you just keep getting distracted, fluorite is your go-to crystal here. This one is connected to spirit guides in this card, so you might be really also getting some messages from your spirit guides, from your higher mind and the divine. So excellent stone for you, Gemini. Every Gemini needs some fluorite in their world. Fluorite comes in many beautiful colors. It can be clear, green, purple, sometimes a combination of all 3. So, and it's not expensive. That's the best. Coming from me, the Capricorn, I'm like, yes, it's not an expensive crystal, but it is very effective and very beautiful. So it is excellent for you guys. And you can either meditate with that, you can put it literally right on your third eye, you could wear it in a pendant or a bracelet, or just keep it on your desk. Make sure to charge it up. You can run it over some, sage smoke. You can set it in the sunlight or direct moonlight to charge up your crystals. There's many ways to do that. So let's get into your spirit animals now, Gemini. Let's see what we're going to come through with for you for this month of August, who is guiding and guarding and protecting you along your journey. All right. Oh, this is Gemini energy too with the coyote. I swear, the revealer of truth. The coyote is also the divine trickster. You know, and to me, that's a little bit of Mercury, and Gemini energy is that divine trickster. It's a little bit of, you know, like Peter Pan or Loki, or, you know, one of these kind of figures where it's like you know, they use mischief and clever tricks to kind of reveal the truth about our true nature, and coyote is that way too. Don't take things too seriously. That's the big message. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at our own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. So, very good energy for you. And, you know, maybe that's saying, don't let that old devil trick you. Don't let, you know, those old routines, those things that keep, you know, tricking you into being stuck, stagnant, being in a relationship, being in a job, being whatever it is, Gemini, right now, that are not good for you. That's what I think is coming out here, to be cleared up, revealed, and giving you some deeper insight. So let's get into your tarot. Let's move Mr. Dragon, and we are going to check out what's going on that deeper level. So come on, spirits, angels, and guides. Let's see what we've got in the tarot for our Geminis. I am using the Radiant Rider-Waite for the main spread today, and the Light Seer's Tarot to clarify the cards. Yeah, I get a feeling, Gemini, y'all have been through some really big cycles. I know that that's true. Yeah, for my Geminis, I know it has been. It has not been easy. We do have this Ten of Swords right at the center. So, you know, this is that backstabbed, disappointed, let down, been through the freaking mill, you know, back and forth, you know, been through the ringer. To me, the Ten of Swords, of course, because it's a 10, is coming to the end of a difficult cycle. It's not the continuation of the cycle. That's why I get this feeling, like even with this, with the first cards that came out, there's this feeling of like you're recognizing the things that keep you down, keep you stuck, people that aren't good for you, situations that are not positive, and you're really ready to let go of it. You know, the swords, of course, are an air sign energy, so you are an air sign. That is your own energy. So to me, this is also speaking to the mental anguish, the anxiety, the worries that accompany these difficult situations when they are present. Yeah, Six of Swords. See, Gemini, this is at your present energy. So right now, like I said, you're making this decision to leave some of these difficult situations behind, because the Six of Swords is all about leaving the troubled waters and moving ahead to go to a peaceful, more positive place for sure, because, you know, that is really what's coming up here for you guys. So moving into the past, we have the Hermit card. The Hermit card is the Virgo card, and so like I said, you know, about the astrology, Virgo is one of the more challenging signs for you because, you know, in this immediate past, this could mean that you've spent a lot of time by yourself, more time by yourself than you may want to, but part of the process, of course, is to look for your inner truth, seeking for what you really, really want. Whether you've wanted that time by yourself or not, that is the position that it puts you into. And in doing so, you may have really revealed, hey, there's a lot of things that I've been putting up with that I'm really not happy about. You know, maybe putting up with, you know, certain people, situations, you know, that have really been very hurtful for you, and you're just kind of dealing with it for the sake of dealing with it. And now it's like, I don't really need to stay in this. And that's what's, you know, changing the position of that. So let's see what clarifies that Hermit. Yeah, the Chariot. So two majors here. Virgo and Cancer energy. You know, and the Chariot is all about getting that greater understanding and mastery of your own emotional life. Interesting, like I said, you know, for all of my Geminis, your universal 8th house, you have that Capricorn energy in there. And that 8th house is a Scorpio house, black and white energy, right? Very, very strong polarities of the divine masculine, divine feminine, the yin and the yang, you know. And so it's like, this is something you've really had to come to grips with here in the immediate past, Gemini. You've really had to work on getting a handle on your really intense, deep emotions, because you may have been pressing them down for a while or not looking at them as much as you really, you know, needed to, because it didn't feel good, of course. So going into the future, I really like what's coming in here. 9 of Pentacles is a beautiful card because to me, it really shows standing on your own 2 feet, having a very firm grounding center, being very good in business, very good with money, much more resilient and resourceful than maybe even you realized. And also, if you haven't quite got there, this really shows that you'll be planting those seeds to start that foundation. And you do have a lot of availability of, you know, future insight because of that Falcon there. 9 of Pentacles is always a very positive card to come through. She's very similar to the Queen of Pentacles and also to the Empress, because she brings in that stability, that abundance, that feeling, you know, feeling good about yourself, to be honest. Just feeling like, yeah, I got it going on. I'm doing good. And yes, the Wheel of Fortune. So things are turning in your favor, Gemini, with that Wheel of Fortune. To me, that is the wheel turning. That's things moving forward, getting out of that stuck, stagnant feeling if you've been going through that. Because what you've been really focused on here, what's in the subconscious? Here's that 3 of Swords, guys. There it is. And we know how painful that is. We're going to spray a little sage. I'm going to spray a little sage on this card. because it's a hard one. It's a really hard one. And just like our buddy, old Ramblin' Mike, we're going to shake these swords out of here for you, Gemini. So 1, 2, 3. Out, out, out. Out of Gemini's heart. We do not want that energy. We're just going to clear that out. We're going to ask your angels and guides to help clear that painful old energy out, because the 3 of Swords is about heartbreak. It's about loss. It's about grief. Sometimes betrayals or disappointments that have come through. And that's very much what you've been focused on. Any place where you've been hurt, any place where your heart has not been treated right, Gemini, you've been really focused on that. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles, like I was saying about the 9 of Pentacles. So our Queen comes out. So wow, this is very healing. I like this because to me, it's like the other side of focusing on the heartache is then you start focusing on, you know what, I'm actually a really strong person. If I got through that, if I got through that broken heart, if I got through that loss, and I'm still standing, I'm a lot stronger than I thought I was. And so, you know, this is that Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy. It's very grounded, it's very rooted, very solid, very stable. It shows that you really have the potential to recover and be resilient and come back even stronger than ever. And to definitely learn from whatever it is that happened. That is so true as well. Knight of Swords is on the top of the spread, crowning the spread. Message from Spirit. So to me, this is your own energy. Gemini, you may feel very restless mentally. You may feel like you really have this rush to get ahead. It's like you really want to move forward. And that's partly, it's like you can't get your mind to turn off. That's why you need to use that fluorite. You need that crystal. That will help the mental energy. Anything that you can do, whether it's meditation, listening to some sound therapy files, things like that. Those are all very important. Because that, you know, side of the Knight of Swords, it can lead to a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety, a lot of restless thoughts just going around and around. So you don't want it to turn into that. You just want it to turn into strong new communication, strong new things being cut away. And look at that, 9 of Swords. And this is why, and this is what you're trying to get past. You know, 3 of Swords on the unconscious and what you're focused on, 9 of Swords here on the top. So to me, this is what you're letting go of. And this is what Spirit wants you to acknowledge, that this has been a very hard cycle. You are really working to move through a lot of this old painful energy, a lot of these sleepless nights. To me, the Nine of Swords is so much about just being stuck in that mental, sad, difficult, frustrated place where you just feel like you can't do anything about it. And so, but that Knight of Swords, I mean, it's very, very active. You just don't want that to turn into worry and anxiety, because what you want is for that to get, you know, to cut through that and punch through those old thoughts, bringing in new thoughts, new communication, a different way of thinking about things. Because deep down, Gemini, you're very strong. You're coming up here represented very strong with this Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Very beautiful energy from them. So let's get you some advice. Let's see what comes up along the side here. Yeah, it's nice energy, guys. It's as, I mean, it really, it's quite a turn. It's like I really feel the turn of the energy as we go through this read. Suggested approach, Four of Wands. So this is very strongly about happy home, balance in the home center. So Gemini, if you're working on balancing your home life, keep going. This is a very, very positive card. Whether you're alone or with someone else, because this can be that soulmate connection. This can be that really beautiful, like, happy home with someone else. If not, this is you starting it all on your own, doing your own thing, calling the shots. But either way, that's a very, very strong card. It's very victorious feeling, very happy, very celebratory, and it really brings through to me that thought that, like, you know, that's one of the most important things right now for you, is to have a solid sense of place and grounding so that you can work from there. And look at that. Yes, the Emperor card, right? So here's the initiator, the Aries energy, very fiery, both, you know, because the wands are fire. And there we've got our Emperor, you know, sitting there. So it's like, this to me is very strong initiation, Gemini. This is you being kind of that warrior and standing up and saying, you know what? I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to have my house the way I like it. I'm going to be, you know, the king or the queen of my castle, right? You know, and people are just going to have to deal with it or not because you know what's good for you. You know what gives you energy and enthusiasm and positive feelings. You know, the thing you need to know right now is just stay the course. Eight of Pentacles. Be patient, be consistent, and be persistent. Persevere, because this is not going to stay the same way, especially if you keep working at this one day at a time. Even if you feel like, oh, I'm so busy or this or that, or I don't have as much time as I'd like to work on something, Gemini, even if you just put in a good consistent 10-15 minutes on something you really love every day, it will grow, it will get bigger, it will get more, it will grow over time. So don't give up. Yeah, Queen of Swords, and here comes our Swords energy. She is your own energy there. You know, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, air energy, so she's making good decisions. She's, you know, she's an emotional being because this is feminine energy, right? So she has those strong emotions, but she uses that cool, logical, level-headed. She uses her strategy and her thinking to make the best decision possible. Sometimes that means leaving emotion out of it. Sometimes that means really looking at something logically. And when it comes to your work, that's very much, it's like, just stay the course. Don't let your thoughts and, you know, ideas turn into anxiety and worry. Instead, let it turn into action and getting something done going forward. Hopes and fears is the Page of Swords. So you may be kind of hoping you get communication from someone, or, you know, things start to move, because this is definitely a communication card. But the Page of Swords can also be very immature. It can be a little bit of like a spying kind of energy, or stalking. It's like, you know, it's like somebody that you may not even want to be hearing from. But if it is, it's like, you know, you're hoping that it comes in, but you're hoping that it will not be immature. You're hoping that it'll be a more grown-up feeling, a more grown-up type of communication that comes in. Yeah, Four of Cups. Because right now I get the feeling, Gemini, it's like, part of what's really getting to you is you've been waiting to hear from someone, you've been hoping to hear something, you've been maybe hoping for some closure or some resolution or something that moves things forward. I mean, this can literally be like, you know, not getting that text message, not getting that email, not getting that phone call, and this Four of Cups feeling like, oh, life is passing me by and I'm waiting around for this mess. So my feeling is on that, since this is the hopes and fears, it's not like, you know, the hard, fast reality. Don't fall into that feeling. Don't fall into that energy. Gemini, you have got so much going for you and so much that you can be doing. Don't worry about, you know, if they're not calling you, just let it go. And if it comes up and it worries you, just acknowledge that you've had that thought. You can put it to the side and then pick up something that's going to make you feel good at the end of the day. Because look at what we have coming out on the outcome here. We have that Queen of Wands. Beautiful, warm Leo, Sagittarius, Aries kind of energy. Very nice matchup to that Emperor card that we had earlier. She's very magical. She's very sensual, powerful, generous, warm-hearted. We are in Leo season, so you can step into that Queen of Wands energy very strongly here. We got 3 queens in this spread. We got Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands. Very, very passionate, practical, and logical energy. So you know how to move things forward. Focus on feeling good. Focus on keeping your home a safe, positive, creative, vibrant place for yourself. Yes, 10 of Wands here at the end. Queen of Wands and 10 of Wands, because she's putting those burdensome 10 of Wands down. She says, I am done with that noise. I'm ready to make some magic. I'm ready to create something new. I don't need to be bogged down carrying those wands around anymore. Oh, Gemini, this is a positive one. This is very positive forward motion. 7 of Cups, if you're feeling emotionally confused, that's why that's there. You might be having that go on. But we have the Justice. We have the Justice on the other side of this one. So to me, that's like, that's getting some balance. It's getting some resolution. That's getting some clarity, some fairness out of this, because there's been some unfairness. I definitely can see that. You've been through some stuff that has just been heartbreaking, but you are so strong. You are so strong. You have that strength. It's time to love yourself. That's why that Emperor and that Four of Wands is there. It is time to love yourself and put that love into your own home environment, your own space, your own time, not just your physical home, but also the home of your heart. Put it into yourself right now, Gemini. Very important. So let's get a message from the Hero's Journey Oracle for a last piece of advice. Yes, build in break. So Gemini, take things at your own pace. It says saunter slowly, right? So take it easy. Don't try to get it all done at one go. Give yourself time. Give yourself a break, because, you know, this says you need to be building, but don't wear yourself out to the point that you can't do anything anymore, because you might want to try to bite off more than you could chew, because I feel like there's a lot of energy here. There's going to be a lot of momentum gaining. So do things one step at a time, one piece at a time, and don't overdo it, but definitely do it. Definitely do it, Gemini. All right, guys, I hope you have a beautiful August. I'll be seeing you again very soon. Take care.